leave the world a better place than when you found it. This woman who's 93 years old is asking you, what advice can you give to my granddaughter and her graduating classmates on how they can contribute to making the world a better place?
Very good question. Firstly, I want to show my respect. Elder sister, 93.
93.
Wonderful. I think that kind of concern is, I think, very reasonable and a very important sort of concern. Answer, I think I already mentioned, and on that, we are beginning of 21st century, now 2017, right? So remaining century still in future. So past, like 20th century, nobody can change. Only we learn what happened there. Otherwise, impossible to change. The future is still, you see, in this space, so can change. Therefore, your grandchildren, grandchildren, you see, they can change this century, 21st century. I always tell you, 20th century, which is my century, I'm generation of 20th century. So, 20th century, a lot of violence, more serious violence, First World War, Second World War, then including civil war in Russia and China and many other places, in Vietnam War, Korean War, even today, you see, there are some sort of pockets of violence there. Now certain sort of violence, pockets, right? These I consider a result of 20th century's mistake and 20th century's negligence. So therefore, 20th century, I think in 20th century, you see, people or nation, whenever they find some sort of obstacle, their first reaction from their mind is how to solve this by force. That's totally mistake, wrong. So now, this 21st century, in order to create peaceful century, we must develop, this century should be century of dialogue. Whenever we find some disagreement, we have to think how to solve, how to reduce this gap through talk, with mutual respect, mutual love. Consider they also part of human brothers, sisters. So their interests we must respect. So through also the mutual respect and reconciliation, and any problem have to solve by talk. So this century should be century of dialogue in order to create this century, century of peace. So therefore, you say some kind of